Hi guys, this is DoubleYourDutch here. We're back with another YouTube Learn Dutch video. This is lesson 10 by now. And we're going to talk about expressing your opinion. So, you may ask, wat doe je? Wat vind je? Wat denk je? Now, wat doe je is, what are you doing? Not necessarily an opinion. But, wat vind je is, it could be, what do you find? And you can say in English, like, I find this a very tasty beverage or whatever. You know, you can say it like that, but most people would say, you know, I think this is very tasty. Right? But in Dutch, vind je, ik vind, is very, very popular. Denken can, of course, be like, I think I've thought about this seriously, but it also just means like, I think this, I think that, blah, blah, blah. Right? It's just a matter to express your opinion. But let's also look at the verb to do. We introduced them a little bit last lesson, but we'll also continue our practice with that verb. So, let's start with doen. Ik doe, jij doet, wij doen. Past tense, ik deed, wij deden, ik heb gedaan. Right? So, ik doe, doet plus T, and then doen, the full verb. Just like the infinitive in the plural. Ik deed, that's an irregular form. You're just going to have to remember that. Wij deden, and ik heb gedaan. Gedaan, again, is all irregular, so just remember it. Past participle, full of the day word usually always get ge at the end. At the beginning, like gedaan. And daan in and of itself is an irregular form. So let's practice with some sentences. Wat deed jij daar? Wat deed je daar? What did you do there? Daar is there. We deden helemaal niks. We didn't do anything at all. Helemaal means all or at all in this. So we didn't do anything at all, right? Helemaal niks. Nothing at all. That's the better one. Wij deden helemaal niks. We did nothing at all. Looking at vinden, which can be like to find. I was looking for my keys and I found them. But it's more commonly used as to simply say, I think this, I think that, I think that's a great movie, I think that's a beautiful house, you know, whatever. Expressing your opinion, ik vind. Jij vindt. You add the T, even though there's already a D. Pronunciation doesn't change, but the spelling does. Dus ik vind, jij vindt, wij vinden. Past tense, irregular, ik vond. Jij vond, hij vond. No T added in the past tense. Don't ask me why, it just isn't. Wij vonden en wij hebben gevonden. Just a GE in front, gevonden. Don't try to remember that necessarily, memorize it. Just take it in, you know, prime your brain for it, and next time you'll notice it maybe, and you'll, sooner or later you get the hang of it. You might ask, wat vind je hiervan? What do you think about this? Here is here, but if you say hiervan, it's about this. Hiervan, about this, yeah. Wij vinden dat leuk. We think that's fun. Hij vond dat niet leuk. He didn't think it was fun. If you go negative with your opinion, you could say, jij vond dat niet een goede film. Niet een goede film. Goede often comes goeie. I just did it there by accident. Jij vond dat niet een goede film. Ik vond dat ook geen goede film. Ook is also. Now you can simply use niet if you want to do the negative. But if you do negative plus een, like a good movie, or a bad movie, then you can combine them into geen. So instead of saying niet één, you say geen. In German you have something similar. You have ein, and you can also say kein. That was the same. Een, een, and geen. So you can use both, really. Heb je dat ooit leuk gevonden? Heb je dat ooit leuk gevonden? Did you ever like that? Ik vond dat een mooi huis. I thought, or I did find, past tense, that een mooi huis. I find that a beautiful house. Huis is house, mooi is beautiful. That's the most common form of beautiful, by the way. There's like 5, 6 different ways to say it, but mooi is the most common. You can always use mooi, it's easy. Yeah, so I find that a beautiful house. So you don't say, I find that is a beautiful house. You don't have to say that. You can just say, I find that a beautiful house. Or I did find that a beautiful house. Ik vind hem een slecht persoon. I find him, or I think that he, een slecht persoon. A bad person. Slecht is bad. Persoon, person. Ik vind Nederland een interessant land. I think the Netherlands, which is singular in Dutch, Nederland, een interessant land, an interesting land, but that's how we say country as well. So an interesting country, interessant, interesting, land, country. Ik vind haar de ideale vrouw. I think she is, well, you don't say is in Dutch, but I think she is the ideal woman. Vrouw is woman. Ideaal is ideal. Since it's an adjective here, it's ideale. So you add the e because it's before the woman and it says something about the woman. Ideale vrouw. Zij vindt mij helaas niet de perfecte man. She, helaas, is sadly, unfortunately. So she, unfortunately, doesn't think I'm the perfect man. De perfecte man. By the way, in Dutch, you don't have separate words really for husband and wife. We see here man, man, and vrouw, woman. That's also if you say mijn man, that's my husband. My wife, mijn vrouw. You just say my man, my woman. That implies you're married. There's not really a separate verb for it. I mean, there's more, there's more like significant other, those kinds of expressions, but I wouldn't recommend learning those necessarily, at least at first. So man, vrouw is also man, woman, but also husband, wife. Okay? So perfect, by the way, here, perfect is normal. Perfecte adjective, right? Because it says something about the man. It's in front of the man. De perfecte man. Okay, if we just have a look at the verb denken. Denken, ik denk, minus en. Hij denkt, jij denkt, plus t, right? Wij denken, full verb. Easy, right? It is, again, a strong irregular verb. So you're going to have to memorize, or at least take note of the non-logical form in the past tense. Ik dacht, ch is pronounced ge. Ik dacht, wij dachten, ik heb gedacht, which is I have thought. And just to add in gedachte, and gedachten is the Dutch word for thought and thoughts as a noun, right? So my thoughts about this are blah, blah, blah. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Denk je vaak aan je moeder? Ik denk daar nooit aan. Do you think about, denken aan is thinking about, je moeder. So je, in this case, is you, personal, just non-stressed, otherwise it would be jij. But je is also possessive here, your mom. Moeder is mother. Do you think often about your mom? Because vaak is often. And you might say, ik denk daar nooit aan. I never think about that. Denken aan is thinking about. Daar is that. This is a bit of an unorthodox way of expressing yourself, but you do say it like that. If you say, I never think about that, you never say dat or dit. You always say daar, which means there. So, which is more like a location. oriented, daar. And this and that is really objects. But even if you're talking about an object or anything like that, you use daar. So ik denk daar aan. I think about that. I think about there is literally what you're saying. But that's how you say it. If you say ik denk dat nooit aan or dit nooit aan, that doesn't make any sense. That you really can't say it. That is just completely wrong. So that and this become there when you're thinking about something. But again, don't really try to remember that because it complicates things and really it's not that hard. If you simply expose yourself to the language, stuff like that will come naturally. You won't even think about it and then all of a sudden you're applying it correctly. That's the way it usually goes. Okay. Ik denk er heel anders over. I think very differently about it. Erover, and over is about it. In this case, and heel is complete or wholly or completely, and anders is different. So it's like, I think about it completely differently. Ik denk er heel anders over. You could put erover together. Ik denk heel anders erover. And you still need, then we'd say, ik denk daar heel anders over. No, you can't really say that. Never mind. Ik had dat nooit gedacht. I never would have thought. Right? I had that never thought. Yeah, one thing that I also wanted to point out is the te variety. So if you say, I like to do, for example, use the construction, that to do in English is the full verb, and you can also use that in a sentence, I like to do. But in Dutch, the full verb is just doen. There's no to in front of it. There's simply doen. But if you then use it in a sentence, I like to do that, then you use te. So you say, ik vind het leuk om te doen. I like, ik vind het leuk, I find it fun, i.e. I like, to do. Het, it, right? Om te doen is to do, right? So om te denken, you can also use. Ik vind het moeilijk om te denken. Moeilijk is difficult. Moeilijk, difficult. Om te denken, to think. But when you're just like, you can say, I think this, I think that, ik denk dit, ik denk dat. But if you're thinking like seriously thinking something over, then denken becomes nadenken. So that's why I put the na there too. So you could also say, ik vind het moeilijk om na te denken. And people would use that like a lot. So again, ik vind het moeilijk om daarover na te denken. Daarover te denken. Daarover is about that. So again, you see daar, that means that or this. And in this case, you use it in combination with daarover. That's just the way it is. Another unorthodox construction is aan het doen. And you may have noticed that the Dutch doesn't use the active continuous. I'm not sure what the exact term is. The continuous form, not as often. Like, I'm going to do this. I am dancing. I'm reading. Whatever. They only really use that form when they're doing it right now. So if I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, no, you would say, I go to the doctor tomorrow. But you don't use the active continuous form. But if you say, what are you doing? And you're doing it in this moment, you would use aan het doen. Aan het doen as that form. So, wat ben je aan het doen? Wat ben je aan het doen? What are you doing right now? Or waarover, what about? Strangely enough, waar is where, but in this case it's what about. Are you thinking? Aan het denken or nadenken. So you can say, ik ben aan het denken, ik ben aan het vertellen, ik ben aan het praten. Praten is to talk. I'm thinking, I'm telling, I'm talking. I'm going to. Ik ben nu naar het werk aan het gaan. So if you're right now going to work in this moment, this is what I'm doing, I'm in my car, getting to work, then yes, ik ben aan het gaan. Right? But if it's tomorrow, you're not in the middle of it now, you would say, ik ga morgen naar werk. I will go to work tomorrow. I'm going to do it. Ik ga het doen. I also want to introduce, in terms of opinions, the verb houden van. Ik hou van, jij houdt van, wij houden van. Notice the dt at the end of the U form, which is to love. To love. Houden without van behind it simply means to hold. But houden van means to love. Or really like. You can use it as really like as well. So, ik hou van muziek. I love music. Wij houden van Nederland. I love, or we love, the Netherlands. Hij houdt van haar. He loves her. Right? They're a couple or whatever. Hou je van hem? Do you love him? You might answer, nee, ik denk nooit aan hem. No, I never think about him. Denken aan. Never think about him. Hou je van reizen? Do you like to travel? Ja, ik vind het erg leuk om te doen. Yes, I find it a lot of fun. Erg is a lot. So, a lot of fun to do. Om te doen. Ik vind het erg leuk om te doen. Wat ben je aan het doen? You might reply, what are you doing right now? Niks, ik zit alleen maar aan hen te denken. So I'm only thinking about him. So I'm doing nothing, I'm only thinking about him. Alleen maar is really only. Alleen in and of itself is alone. And maar in and of itself is but. But alleen maar combined is only. Ben je verliefd op hem? So to be in love is to be verliefd. Verliefd, yeah? Ben je verliefd op hem? And she says, ja, volgens mij hou ik van hem. Now, hou ik van hem? Okay, I love him. But volgens mij is a very common phrase, which means according to me. And it's very commonly used as just saying, I think this, I find that, in my opinion. You would use volgens mij. And volgen literally means to follow. But volgens mij, as just a fixed expression, according to me, in my opinion, volgens mij, you hear it all the time. So a few more examples. Volgens mij ken ik hem wel. I think I do know him. Volgens mij is hij ook verliefd op jou. I think he's also in love with you. Hoe weet je dat? How do you know? Dat heeft Bas mij verteld. Bas told me. Bas is a name. Bas told me that. And you might continue. Volgens mij is dat niet zo. I don't think that is so. I don't think that's true. Ik weet het niet zeker. Ik weet het is I know. Ik weet het niet, I don't know. Ik weet het niet zeker is I don't know for sure. I don't know for certain. I'm not sure, in other words. Okay? That's basically what I wanted to kind of teach you here. So, just to recap, we've checked out ik denk, ik vind, ik hou van, and volgens mij, which are the main tools you need to express your opinions. I think this, I find that, ik hou van this, volgens mij, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And if you need to really use the active form aan het doen, if you're really doing it right now, then you will use that. And om te doen, if you're just in general talking about I like doing something, then it's om te doen, to do. Right? That's all I've got for this lesson 10. We'll be back with another lesson soon. Please like and share, subscribe, comment, check out DoubleYourDutch.com, check out the free ebook with 5 native speaker conversations on it, check out our course. See you next time.